So this is Joe Jones. He's been working with us now almost a year and a half, but he has been in the roofing industry and has known my dad for, how long have you known my dad?
I suppose 35 years.
Yeah, 35 years. So been in the industry for how long?
About 35 years.
About 35 years. One of the more unique things about Joe is he's weird, but he's also weird in the fact that he loves roofing. Why do you love roofing so much?
I just like meeting with customers, doing estimates. I love getting on roofs, and I don't know why, whether they're low slope or steep slope roofs. I've always had a trade, I've always had a job, and that's one reason, because I've always had work and never have had not work. So it's a trade that you're going to be needed someplace, somewhere, all the time.
This is how it's gonna be. This is what you think of me. It's going down like I told you. This is how it's gonna be. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm not going anywhere. It's going down like I told you. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'll have you begging for mercy, begging for mercy.
Labor-wise, when you tear off the roof, you got to make sure you account for X amount of layers times X amount of labor. So each layer they're going to be paid for that, and so you got to do a core cut on it to make sure they're not. You could have multiple layers. Now this is real abnormal, because this is the original steel roof that was on here. And it's probably a soldered hemmed roof. So that metal roof has been up there probably 80 or 90 years. And then this is called a modified torch down. So what they did was they just went over it with a torch down. And the torch down is probably, well, I'd say at least 15 to 20 years old. And then the aluminum coated the top too. So just to get the reflectant out. So I imagine when we tear it off, we'll find a lot of metal flashing there around all the penetrations and stuff. So we'll probably end up putting a fully adhered EPDM roof on it.
I'm dangerous. So dangerous.
So next we're heading to a rubber EPDM roof, and this is a commercial roof. We don't do a lot of rubber commercial roofs, but this one we've been maintaining for quite a while. So we've been doing some patchwork on it and stuff like that.
It's called a blue slate system. It's a ballasted system. So they put the gravel on to hold down the rubber. It's a lot cheaper way to do it. Basically what we have to do is we have to cut this membrane, leave about a foot of this out. So we can tie off to this here, clean it real well. Probably a 4-foot piece in here. Making sure all the corner patches, the laps and stuff are sealed well and glued well. Alright, got it?
I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'll have you begging for mercy, begging for mercy. Oh. I'm dangerous. So dangerous. I'm dangerous. Get ready, 'cause here I come. I'm about to come and get me some.
This is called strapping the tile because you can't lift them up to nail them. So you got to strap them to get them back in. And basically, your strap, these are falling out anyway, so they're not set. But then you strap it like this so it doesn't slide out. So that's the easiest way to do it because you can't nail it anyway. Okay, I didn't bring up my padding, but we need upper and lower bird style counter flashing, left and right rakes, a few new field tile, chimney flashing, new gutter system, copper nails, rain cap. I think that's about it. Then we'll need a batten board 1x2 for the bottom course of the tile. And we need to tell her about the vines. They'll probably have to come down, part of them. So she probably won't like that. Usually what happens with these tile is back when the 20s, 30s, and 40s, they put what they called rag felts on, which means that there was newspaper rags just chopped up, and then they'd put asphalt with them and make their dry felts, which are just like your 15 or 30 pound felts. But back then it was 90 pound. Well, just from the heat and debris and weather and cold and heat, basically that little organic felts, put it in your hands and just rub your fingers together. That means it's the original roof. So. Then you always got the guys who think they know how to do tile roofs. We'll screw it up, and we gotta go back out and break the bad news to the owner. He or she will have to spend another thousands of dollars to redo it.
What has been the most rewarding job that you've done on a roof?
Probably the most difficult roof I've done is I did a two-piece tile roof here a few years ago in town. This job was very detailed. It was quite a few square, and it was challenging. When you do tile roofs, it's a slow process, and it always will be a slow process. But the rewards are that you can get your patience down to such a degree that you know you're going to be slow at it, and you're going to do a good job. You don't have to worry about going back or fixing leaks or anything. So.